The teacher trainees have been teaching us for 4 or 5 years.
Like from the first grade, they started teaching us.
I think since day one, since first grade.
For the past 9 years, I've been taught by like many different teacher trainees, but some of them are really unique people, and I remember them being like very fun to work with, but some of them have been just like forgotten, and yeah.
Meillä on aika monta sillä, että ne niinku aina vaihtelee näitä luokkia, kun on tunti.
The teacher trainees, they don't teach us every single lesson. They teach some of the subjects, and probably like one trainee would teach a few lessons of the subject.
Ne yleensä opettaa niinku käsityötä ja kuvataidetta ja matikkaa.
I think the teacher trainees make the classes more fun and enjoyable because they come up with different ideas.
I like that they come to teach me, so I get another perspective of what kind of teachers there are.
We get a lot of experiences when we have so many teachers, so I think it's good.
Yeah, I like diverse teachers trainees because you get a different style of teaching.
I would say modern ways of teaching. So we work in groups and go outside and stuff like that.
Like sometimes going outside and learning with playing games and all that kind of stuff.
No, ne on joskus välkillä, onko siellä leikittämässä. Yleensä ne voi leikkiä hippaa ja kaikkea niinku polttopalloa ja silleen.
They observe us for a few lessons before they start teaching us, so they see what the teachers do with us.
They observe the lesson and like take notes and write down and like learn to teach, and they sometimes comment on the teaching. I mean, it doesn't bother me that they observe. It's not like they're even there, but they are.
I think it's fine, but sometimes they are a little bit disturbing for when you're trying to study, and yeah.
I think the teacher trainees are really nice to have around. Sometimes it's good to have like a new standpoint to learn from. The continuity would be nice of having the same teacher all the time, but also because the teacher trainees are doing only these like 2-month periods of a semester, I think it's a nice kind of change to the year rhythm of our school.
Yeah, I think it's fun that we have teacher trainees because it's like mixing up a little bit and not always the same teacher teaching.
Yeah, like sometimes we learn faster with teacher trainees, sometimes we learn faster with our teacher.
I prefer having them because they give another perspective to the teaching.
What I like most about our teacher trainees is that they're young, so it's easier to have a connection with them, and usually they're just very fun and maybe more creative with what they're teaching.
I like how they use new teaching styles.
And they help us with our questions and ask.
Even when they're just observing, they help us
Yeah.
if we have a question, so that's nice.
There's always someone who can help you with the work.
When they teach, they come up with ideas on how to teach differently, like games and etc.
Sometimes it's difficult when the teacher trainees have problems with teaching, or they're not prepared enough, or maybe you can see how insecure they are. They're just kind of like scared of being in front of the class. It's very easy to spot that when somebody's kind of insecure about what they're doing, but it's very understandable, and of course they need to train to become teachers, so I think it's very natural.
Some of them, they're too nervous around us. Like I know like the first time they're teaching, there's a lot of people, but sometimes they're too nervous, they get so tense.
Yeah. Most of the time that doesn't bother me because then they do their best and you can see that.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they don't understand you, and sometimes they they are wrong and they can understand.
Being in a school that's connected to the university in a way, I think it's nice to get all the new methods of teaching.
I like the changes. It's not just always the same thing.
Yeah.
I like that they teach us.
I think they should keep coming to our school because then the other younger kids can have the same experiences as me.
Mä haluaisin, että ne harjoittelee. Ne on kivoja.